Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. This is Brunch Boxing. I'm your host, Matt. We're here. We're live. Tankapalooza. We got my guy, the greatest producer on the planet. We're not going to call him Mexican Joy Taylor. This week, he's the Mexican Molly Karam in honor of Molly Karam, who's leaving ESPN. And first take.
I had a feeling that's what you were going to say.
We got my guy here. What's going on, Huey?
He's doing good. Looking forward to this weekend. See, we got a couple fights here tonight, and then honestly, looking forward to tomorrow night in football. We had some fights last night we're going to discuss, and a lot of news to go over. So, Ez, what are you thinking here going into the show, going into Saturday? How you doing?
I feel like there's a lot of news to talk about. I feel like there's a lot of things to talk about. I still think people are recovering from this Crawford Canelo thing, so I'm excited what we're going to get into.
And obviously, that is the voice of Brunch Boxing, the master of the walk and talk, the master of the sit and spit, the John Madden of boxing himself, EzRaw Boxing, clean shaven Ezra.
Did it this morning.
Hey, man. Looks like you shaved 2 days ago, man. It grew back already? Jesus Christ. But we got a lot to get into today. So, Huey, I turn it over to you.
All right. So to start off, we had a lot of news surrounding Tank this week. So like you said, Tankapalooza. First of all, at the top of it, we had the bout between Jake Paul and Tank Davis being moved from Atlanta to Miami, Florida at the Casilla Center. We had that announced by Tank Davis. What are your thoughts on that to start with?
Oh, I guess I'll go first. I think people are I don't get, like, if they're going to do this, right? So the weariness of it, I kind of understand. You're either for it or you're against it. If you're going to let it happen, let's let it happen. I don't like this because I think obviously it was moved because people were feeling a little weary about it. And I just don't get it, honestly. I just don't get it. It's one of those things to me, you're either all in or you're all out. And I just don't see this in between. I don't see this like, well, maybe we can adjust it here and there. What's the point of it then? Like, what's the point of it? I don't get that. If you were open to it and you're open to having the fight, then you should have just had it. And you would have made money. It would have made money. It would have been something lucrative for your area. But to say like, oh, I want to see if we can do this to this, I just don't see that for this event. What do you think, Matt?
I think Georgia fucked up. It kind of reminds me of the lady that called ICE on the South Koreans that were working in the plant and got them all deported. And now that company decided to not do business there. So they lost millions and millions and millions in revenue and thousands of jobs just because of that. That's what Georgia just did. You just basically called ICE on Tank and ICE on Jake Paul, and you got them to take their business to another state. So now Florida is going to reap the benefits of this fight. A lot of people in the economy, I know all the clubs in Atlanta got to be pissed off because they're going to be throwing fight parties at the clubs, the after parties, the bars, the restaurants, like all the stuff that drives the boxing economy that people don't really think about. Georgia just lost all of that, and now Florida, Miami in particular, has benefited from it. I didn't like what the commissioner of the Georgia Athletic Entertainment Commission had to say, because it didn't make any sense. Because he was talking out of his ass basically. He was like, "Hey, this is a huge weight difference. This is very unsafe. There's weight difference." And then he said, "But Jake Paul's not a real boxer. And Tank's a real boxer." Well, shouldn't that balance it out? Like, I don't get it. Is it Uchiwali or one Mike? Are you concerned about the weight? Or are you concerned that one guy is way better than the other guy and someone's going to get hurt? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
You shouldn't even be open to the idea then. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so stupid. Like, you should just not be open to the idea. Just be against it. Don't even consider it. But this whole thing of like, we're going to try to figure this out to make it the same as possible. And it doesn't make any sense. The guy's going to outweigh the guy. That's what the fight is. That's what the part is. If you're not into that, then don't even get involved at all. Don't even touch it. That's the part that confuses me.
Yeah. And Tank and Jake Paul just said, fuck it. We're not going to wait for you. You can't fight it. And they just decided to leave, which it is what it is, man. Is this a better or worse location?
I think it's a better location, honestly. I think it's a better location.
Whoa!
Yeah, I think it's a better location. I think that, well, first of all, Jake Paul and them, he has a lot of fights over there in Florida already. That's like where most of his cards are and stuff like that. The fighters that he has, which I don't know, maybe we'll get into this later on who's throwing the undercard and what the undercard is going to look like. But a lot of the fighters that he has and everything like that are kind of based for that market. So I think it's honestly a better location. This is where am I correct? This is where they have Floyd and Logan, right?
Yeah, Miami.
In Miami, right? Yeah, that's. I think it's a better location.
I like Atlanta better, only because I think more black people will go. But whatever. I guess the weekend in Miami ain't too bad either.
Yeah, I think people will travel. Like people like to. It's a place where you can go and do other things while you're there.
Hey, I know the strippers in Miami are very happy.
If you say so, my friend. If you say so.
What else we got, Huey?
All right, so keeping on this topic of Tank here, we had an interview that Shakur did where, speaking on the fight, he said Tank isn't a competitive athlete. Do you have any thoughts on what Shakur said about Tank and how he's moving with this fight?
He said that Tank's not a competitive athlete?
Yeah, he said that Tank is not a competitive athlete because if he was a competitive athlete, he would rematch Lamont Roach right away.
I mean, I agree with that. Yeah. I think that Tank's in it for other things. I think the thing that Tank takes pride in boxing is not with a lot of other guys maybe take pride in boxing. I mean, everyone wants to make money. Don't get me wrong. I'm not stupid. Okay, everyone's here to make money, and as they should. But I do think that there's some there's some guys that wouldn't take that draw and not run that back immediately. I just don't think there's some guys that just want to do that. I don't think Tank thinks like that. Now, what I tell you, Matt, I came around on this fight a little bit, right? As far as if Tank goes in there and he beats the hell out of Jake, and he really shows that he wants to show levels above Jake. He wants to show what the difference is from a guy like him, from a guy like Jake. Then I'll forgive this fight. I'll actually be for what it is, right? Because I do want people to see that there are levels to this. I do think it's a good opportunity to show people what the highest level of boxing looks like compared to a guy that's just trying to get in there, right? And with the size difference, to really show that. But if Tank goes in there and he's just there messing around, goes safe and gets a decision, then I'm going to be really down on this. I'm going to be real negative. And I think that speaks to, honestly, what Shakur's saying. I think that speaks to hey, does this guy still want to be competitive? Does he still want to show that he has a dog in him? Does he still want to do all those things? Or is he just in here to make money and basically skip a part of his career where he should have been proving how great he was and just got to the point where it's like, I'm just here for these shenanigans and cash out?
I don't think you get to this level from where Tank came from without being a competitive athlete. I didn't like that Shakur said that. I think Tank is a very competitive athlete. I just think that the money opportunity was too much to pass up. And I truly believe he's going to circle back around to Lamont Roach. So to me, it's no harm done, no harm, no foul. I just think, to me, Shakur Stevenson is talking out of turn.
I don't know. It's funny because both guys are, Shakur is the guy now that's like, he's in legitimate boxing, right? He fought Zepeda. The next fight he have will be against a legitimate boxer. And Tank's in this a different part of his career. So they're both like two different points of their career. I don't think it's unfair to say that. Because you have an exhibition. Like, you're literally not having a professional fight. You're literally not in the same, basically, league that he's in at this point, right? You're doing something completely different. Now, I'm not saying that a lot of the guys wouldn't take the opportunity if they had it. But all I'm saying is that one guy's talking from actually being in it, competing, and the other guy's doing something else. So I think that's fair. I think that's a fair thing to say.
So if Tank is not a competitive athlete, that means Shakur Stevenson shouldn't want to fight him then?
No, I mean, of course he wants to fight him. Well, why would he not want to fight him? I don't understand it. He's saying he's not a competitive athlete because we're not fighting. That's what he's saying. Like, because he's not in here fighting the guys, the fighting Roach and all them, then
why would you want to face someone that's not a competitive athlete? Wouldn't that mean that you're basically trying to cherry pick them?
No. Because he's saying he's not a competitive athlete as he's not in there competing with the athletes. That's what he's saying. He's not in here competing with everyone. He's not in here doing what you're supposed to do as a professional fighter. That's a fair statement to make. If if a guy's in the NFL and then another guy's doing some flag football thing with like celebrities, I would say, well, he's not a competitive athlete because I'm in here with the best, facing the best. I'm in here playing with the best at the highest level. That guy's playing shenanigans, making money, but shenanigans nonetheless.
Okay. Listen, if Tank does what I think he's going to do, a lot of people are going to be quiet. I'll leave it at that.
All right.
All right. And then last thing here on Tank before we move on. He had some comments where he was defending some of the people, commenting on Devin Haney's personal problems. What are your thoughts on fans focusing on the sport of boxing and not these fighters' personal lives? Matt, let's start with you.
It depends on what it is. You can't go around beating up your wife or your fiance or your girlfriend. You know, if it's something like that, I think fans should care about that and should focus on that. You know, obviously you can't go around committing crimes of various natures. Now, the thing with Devin Haney, he's suing the girl, whatever. I don't really care about that, to be honest with you. Just like I didn't care about Clarissa Shields and Papoose. Who gives a shit? You know, I don't care about that. So in that aspect, Tank is right. But when it comes to like criminal proceedings, I don't see how fans could ignore it.
I think okay, you don't care about it, right? Because it's not in your preference to care about. But you're
I'm not a woman.
That's exactly whatever. If you're a celebrity and you're in front of the limelight and people follow the sport, whatever, they're gonna follow you and the things you do for everything. They're gonna judge whatever they want or interested in. You're in the limelight. Like that's just what it is. What it is. So you can't say, oh, well, don't focus on this. It's like, well, they're gonna focus on whatever they focus on, right? For me, I care most about the fights. I care about getting in the ring and in the sport of boxing. But the other guys that are fans, because I haven't been a fan in a long time. Like I feel like I haven't been a fan of a guy in a long time, and stuff like that, where they follow all this stuff. And then when you become a fan of a guy, you start hating a guy that he beefs with, and then you follow that nonsense. People are gonna follow what they follow. I don't think that you could control that or whether it's right or wrong. You're in the limelight. Like this is what the fame comes with it. This is what's so hard about being Floyd Mayweather, right? It's like in Canelo's like the fame comes with it. The fame comes with it. The everything you do outside the ring, everything is all there. Like it happens in NFL. You have a Kelsey with Taylor Swift, Tom Brady, all the things with Derek Jeter, all his dating stuff. That everyone paid attention to that. That's like this is not out of the ordinary for fans to do this and people to do this. This has always been a thing. If you cannot handle that pressure and you think, oh, this is unfair and like that, you ain't built for it. That's just the truth with it. That's just the truth of it.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. So next topic we have here is just a week after Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford. Let's talk about how successful it was. We had Bill Simmons stating that his sources said there would be a rematch, and then we also had Shakur Stevenson saying that Crawford is the state of boxing. So let's give your final thoughts after a week after the fight and some of the comments and things we've heard here. EzRaw, you go first.
I think that this has been amazing for Terrence Crawford. This worked out the best it could possibly work out for Terrence Crawford. To me, you can have it. He put all these things where people had questions about resume, all those things. They put it to bed. Whatever you saw and you thought how great he could be, you saw it. He was that great. All those things. It's all done. Everything on the rest, to me, is just the cherry on top for the remainder of his career. It was a big event. It was a big event. It was good for boxing. As far as a rematch, it makes sense like that they would circle back to that just because it'll always have attention. Like I don't think the rematch goes better for Canelo. I think it'll go honestly worse for Canelo. But I do think that it makes sense money wise for Terrence Crawford, who's going to be 38 soon or is 38. You're going to only do things. Usually, guys, when they get to that point, don't want to do lesser fights. They want to do bigger fights. They want to do big events. He's going to stay wanting to do big events.
Tank versus Jake Paul?
Huh?
Like Tank versus Jake Paul?
Please, sir. And like I said, so he's going to want big events. He's going to want something that motivates him to train at this point, motivates him to stay steady at this point. Canelo, interesting spot of his career. It's like, what are you going to do? Because I don't think people have a lot of faith that he could beat the top contenders at 168. I don't think people I don't think people think that he's gonna go and get his bouts back. I don't think people think all that. So what is he gonna do at this point, right? Is it what's his move? Is he gonna he has fights with Turkey still? Is he just gonna do fights that are easy, give me fights at this point? There's an interesting spot, but I do think overall it was good for boxing. People enjoyed it, casuals watched it, and I just think it was pretty much a positive thing. It was the best outcome.
Yeah, and the fact that they did reportedly 47 million at the gate, 70,000 in attendance, 40, like, what was it, like 47 million people watched, some shit like that. Great numbers. Is Terrence Crawford now the face of boxing?
No. I think Terrence Crawford is a big name in boxing. I don't think Terrence Crawford is the face of boxing. I think that he's a guy that if you put with the right matchup, people have attention to. I think a lot of people know Terrence Crawford. A lot of casuals know who Terrence Crawford is, but I don't think he's the face. And I think that the face might be Jake Paul.
Oh
and
my God.
I'm not happy to say that. I'm not happy to say that. But I mean, the truth is, you're gonna get a measuring thing right here, right? Where you're gonna get a thing where it's equivalent. This is the hard part, right? You're gonna get equivalency. You had Canelo versus Crawford. That's Canelo with a great B side, right? A great B side, anticipated fight, with everyone backing it, with WWE behind it, with UFC behind it, all these things. And Jake and Tank are probably gonna blow through this number. Like they probably are. It's probably gonna be a much bigger number than the Canelo Terrence Crawford one. How do you deny him at that point, right? It's equal. Everything's equal there at that point. He's going to get more eyeballs. Now, he might take a beating. Then we could say, okay, well, I'll give you a face. He took a beating, the thing. But at that point, he's the one that drew in all those eyeballs. Maybe for a night. Maybe for one night. But I think he's going to be the face of boxing.
If he's honest with himself in a quiet moment, does Canelo Alvarez regret not taking the Jake Paul fight?
Oh, yeah. But respect to him for not taking it, honestly. Respect for him for at least trying to take a somewhat of a real fight. I mean, we know that he had the size advantage, and that's probably why they took the Terrence Crawford fight, because they thought he's too small, he's not going to be able to do anything. But he could have took that Jake Paul fight. Like, he would have made a lot of money. He could have been a beating on Jake Paul. Would have delayed, would have made good money, and would have delayed the Benavidez and all that talk, and then could have came back to a Crawford fight. But, he wanted to steep that low, I guess. He didn't want to steep that low.
I mean, he did kind of go low, though.
He went lower weights. I mean, I'm with you. I didn't love that move either, right? I didn't love that move either, but it is what it is.
I mean, it's almost as if this was a cherry pick gone wrong.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely a cherry pick gone wrong. We know exactly why he chose Crawford. You know exactly what his team was thinking. You know what he was thinking. Just didn't work out. He got schooled.
Yeah. Go ahead, Huey.
All right. So from one successful event last week to another, we saw Inoue against MJ Akhmadaliev be seen by 13 million. And then he called out Junto Nakatani. What do you guys have to say about him calling out Junto Nakatani and his performance last week?
Well, what I will say is, I need to correct my own number. It wasn't seen by 13 million. It was seen by 12,999,999 because it wasn't seen by MJ Akhmadaliev because that motherfucker didn't show up. Okay? That motherfucker didn't show up. I don't know what that was. After all the shit he was talking, I never want to see him box again. I'm sorry. I know it seems like a knee-jerk reaction and hyperbolic. I don't want to see him again. Like, you can't put on a performance like that after talking like massive amounts of shit, man. You just can't do that. Now, as for, listen, we know Inoue's box office. I think we know that by now. Salute to Top Rank for putting it on Facebook, where damn near the whole world got to see it. I don't even know what the numbers was in Japan. I'm pretty sure he did a huge number in Japan. The 13 million was just the US, UK, and Philippines. So it's like, damn. Inoue is box office, man. Now, Junto, your boy Junto tried to sneak out. And Inoue said, hold on, big fella. Where you going, big fella? You said you want this? Let's do this. And I can't wait. Junto's moving up. Inoue's waiting. May, Golden Week, Tokyo Dome, Japan. That might be the biggest fight in all of boxing.
It's going to be a great fight. It's a fight I'm really, really, really excited for. Do you think Vivi had a theory that Junto really doesn't want this fight? They just want to cash him out. Do you think that there's any truth to that?
No, because if he loses to Inoue, so what? A lot of people lost to Inoue. So now he's just the next best guy. And guess what? If he loses to Inoue, there's still a huge money fight for Junto waiting for him. Tenshin Nasukawa. So, yes, that's a stupid theory.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll say this about first of all about the MJ fight. I always wonder this when guys get in situations like that. It looked like he was getting his last payday. That's what it kind of felt like. But as I'm watching it, I'm like, everything that he wants to do, Inoue's better at, right? Every spot he wants to get to, Inoue could get to faster. And at that point, sometimes you get in there and you just realize, like, if I do that, he's going to hit me really hard. If I do this, he's going to hit me really hard. If I do that, he's going to hit me really hard. And you kind of just end up in a spot where you're just like, all right, well, I don't know what to do at this point. So I'm just going to kind of move, stare at him, and see if something comes up. That's kind of
why talk all that shit going into the fight?
Because you don't know that until you get in there. You don't know that until you step in. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe always lose or lose. You just talk. I don't really know what's in his head. But what I'm saying is that could happen where you talk and you think this, and then when you get in there and you're like, oh, this is a different beast. I really cannot do anything here, and I'm going to get knocked out cold. There was a guy that fought Donaire. I was there at the fight, and I don't remember there was a name. It was an Asian fighter, and people were like, hey, this guy's not doing anything. Like, this is a really boring fight. I remember the guy sitting next to me was saying that, and I said, he probably can't do anything because if he does anything, he's going to get knocked out cold. Like, he's trying to figure it out. Every round, he's hoping an opening comes, but nothing's coming. And when he finally did try to open up, he got knocked out cold. That's what happened. That's what I felt like for this fight. I'm like, this guy probably went in there and just realized that Inoue is just better than him in everything. I mean, you've seen Fulton have to realize that too. It's just like, hey, this guy's really fast. He's beating me to my spot, especially guys that try to like box in a way. They're in a lot of trouble in those fights, man. If you're trying to box with him, trying to out like foot speed him, there's not a guy that could do that. The best style that could for me to fight Inoue is like what Junto's gonna bring, right? Junto's gonna bring.
so you say we'll see.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But what I'm saying is, Junto's at least bringing something that he's not trying to beat Inoue at what he does. Do you get what I'm saying?
Is Junto gonna bring ass?
I think so. Oh, I think so. Now, he might get schooled doing that, right? That's okay. But what I'm saying is why it's interesting is he's bringing something that different. He's not trying to beat Inoue at his own game. He's going to bring pressure. He's going to look to bring some violence to Inoue, right? And he has skill doing that. So I'm not just saying he's going to make it an ugly fight. No. This dude has skill. He's just going to bring a different type of fight. He's just, with MJ, he's trying to be, he's trying to be like a style on him. You're not going to style in a way like that. You're just not. It's going to take an all-time great guy to style in a way like that. MJ's not all-time great.
If he's not bringing ass, I don't want to hear it.
Well, I think, like I said, I think that Junto, I think that's going to be a damn good fight. And it might be a beating, whatever. That's sometimes these fights turn in like that. But I think what he's bringing is really interesting. And I think that people say, oh, well, he's going to get smoked and everything. Listen, I love all these guys that Inoue's fighting. I love Inoue's resume. They ain't Junto, though. I don't think these guys have the ability like Junto does. I'm be honest with you. Junto has something. He has something special. He might get destroyed in that fight. That's fine because Inoue's an all-time great. But he's bringing something better than Neri brought. He's bringing something better than Cardenas brought. He's bringing something better than all these guys brought. I'm sorry. So he says this ain't Topalis. This guy. So that's why I'm really interested in that fight.
Can Junto take a good shot?
We're gonna find out. Let's find out.
Okay.
Are we overlooking Picasso? Adam in the comments says, "What about this Picasso guy?"
No, man. Listen, Picasso's tough. Go look at his last fight.
Why are you laughing?
Because he's not overlooking him. Okay. Listen, he's in the ring. He's gonna try to prove me wrong. That's great. Bro, and Inoue's gonna smoke this guy. Like it's the thing. If you would take like Inoue walking into something really, really dumb to do that, I mean, I think Inoue will.
See, I don't like that. I don't like that because now you're taking away credit from Picasso if he wins.
No. If he wins, he wins. He wins. What I'm saying though, what I'm telling you, is he's not Inoue's level. I'm sorry, he's not Inoue's level. He does not bring a credible threat to him. He doesn't do anything elite. He doesn't do anything that Inoue hasn't seen before. He's just a guy in there look to apply some kind of pressure, and he's gonna get chopped up doing it, and it's gonna be brutal. No one's overlooking him. He just doesn't have it like that.
All right, before we move on to the next topic, I do want to add a guest to the stage here. Bellini Award winner, host of the Sunday Morning Sermon, Mr. Keep It 100 Boxing. TY, how you doing today?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
Hey, what up,
Still
Ty?
celebrating? Still celebrating, Ty?
Oh yeah. Oh, this is forever, man. This is for life, man. Where Mike at?
You know, I'm telling you, Mike hasn't been the same since that night. I was just glad that Mike didn't get on his face and say some offensive things. You know what I mean? Because I know he was pissed.
Listen, man. Bud took down Texas, and they took down Mexico, man. You the GOAT, man.
Shout out to Bud Crawford.
You're the best of the generation.
Ty, did you have anything you wanted to add on any of the topics we covered so far?
No, I'm looking forward to the when they ever make the June show in Inoue fight.
Ty, I have a question for you. What do you want next for Crawford?
Laura.
I mean, it is what it is.
Or Adamas.
Why not
No,
Jan?
160 title.
What
No
about Jan?
Janovic. No Janovic.
Why no Janovic?
Nah.
Wait. Hold on. Why no Janovic?
Because that's a horrible style. That'll be a horrible fight. They'd be posing. I don't want to see
Just
that.
put some respect on Janovic's name like Ty did.
Danny who?
Who?
You said Danny?
I didn't. Matt, you say Danny?
Did you hear me talk?
No, that's why. I don't know who said Danny.
Damn, Matt real aggressive. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, he is. I'm not in the mood today.
I'm sorry, I didn't eat breakfast.
Oh man, but no.
Matt, what's your usual breakfast look like?
I was gonna do an omelet with some mushrooms, peppers, and onions, and maybe some ham.
Come on, you destroyed it. You destroyed it at the end. You destroyed it. You bro. You were 4 for 4.
I told him you got to get off that swine.
Bro, even Ezra telling you this. Come on, man. He eats street meat.
Mm-hmm. I don't get that street meat wrapped in bacon anymore.
Damn.
All right.
What else we got, Huey?
So, yeah, moving forward here, we touched on it a little last week, but WB President Gilberto Mendoza told ESPN Bernardo Pilati that a bout between David Benavidez and Dimitri Bivol will be discussed with Bivol's manager. And what are our thoughts on this fight actually coming to fruition?
It's one of the best fights you can make in boxing. There's no doubt about that. It's a fight that will be highly debated. It'll be highly anticipated. I think we all know that's going to end up in like a Riyadh season fight. Going forward, that's probably where we're going to see David a lot. But I think that's a great fight. That's a great fight. Like that's if you're making matchups, you say where's your top 5. That's in your top 5 of matchups made. It could be number 1. Like easily could be number 1 of matchups I want to see in boxing. What do you think, Matt?
All that just to say it's not going to happen.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
Why?
I don't think Bivol is interested.
Okay. Where does Bivol go if it's not David Benavidez?
Michael Eifert.
Man, I'm really afraid of that.
He's going to fight Michael Eifert, and then he is going to move up to cruiserweight.
You really think so?
Yeah.
He'd rather fight cruiserweight than fight David Benavidez.
Yeah. Them cruiserweights ain't going to beat nobody up.
You don't think the money might be
Bataya ain't like that.
You don't think the money might be so much that he can't turn down the David Benavidez fight?
Bro, his fights are getting subsidized regardless.
I know that, but I'm saying will be really, really subsidized if he gets a David Benavidez fight.
It depends. How does Turkey feel about Jao Bataya? Maybe he feels like a Jao Bataya fight is worth so much money.
I can see that. I just think that I think Turkey wants to throw big events right now. He wants to get fights that people like really want to see it, anticipated, and that's one of them. You know, I mean, he has that right there for him.
If he really wanted to do that, we would have saw Canelo versus David Benavidez.
Well, he can't make that. He can't force Canelo on that one. He would like to do that,
and you can't force Bivol to fight. And you can't force Bivol.
You can, but it's not like Bivol has like a lot of other options, right? Like basically, his money comes from Turkey. Canelo can go fight somewhere else, but Bivol doesn't have any options. Like really, if Turkey wants to force it, he could force his hand because he would say, "Oh, I ain't paying for anything else." And where Bivol go?
I think Benavidez is stop Bivol. No need for
you think Benavidez will stop Bivol?
Yeah, I think he's Bivol.
Yeah, you know what's funny is that because I kind of agree with Matt that it seems like Bivol does not want this fight, but I feel like Bivol would win that fight. That's like those weird things where it's like, do I believe in the guy more than he believes in himself? Right? Like I feel like that would be.
He got to on his feet, Ezra. He got to on his feet.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the only thing, like I say, and I keep saying
the
this.
whole fight.
Well, the one thing I would say about this is that, and I just go back and watch David's last 2 fights. He's not the same guy in the second half at 175 for some reason. He looks really tired to me in the second half of the fights. In the Morrell fight, I really thought he was kind of like, I thought he was kind of there for Morrell to put more pressure on him. I was like, man, it kind of seems like he's kind of.
Yeah, but how was Morrell going to put more pressure on him when he was getting beat the fuck up for the whole 2/3 of the fight?
You're right, but I just thought if he had a little bit left or something like that, David would have been in trouble in that fight at the end. I really think that, and I think that if he fought Bivol, you can't tire out in the second half of the fight. You got to be consistent the whole fight, right?
Like David Benavidez reminds me of the guys that used to fight Homer Simpson. They would just beat the hell up on him the whole fight and then get tired at the end. It's fine.
Yeah,
but
I know, but just
listen.
At a certain level, I don't think he's. First of all, I don't think he's going to be easily to catch up Bivol. He's got to work that game, right? I think you would agree he has to wear down Bivol. I don't think you're going to say, "Oh, the fight's going to start," and he's going to be putting the beating on him right when the fight starts. I don't think that's going to happen like that, right? So you have to wear him down. So you would have to think that the second half of the fight is where David's going to really look to cash in.
Yeah, but we've also seen Bivol wilt down the stretch from heavy pressure.
Okay, no, it's fair. It's fair.
Like, listen, I don't care what nobody say. He was ready to go in that first Beterbiev fight.
Yeah, he was tired. He was tired that second half of that. He definitely stopped his output. Now, I would say this though: if you got both guys tired, right? If both guys are tired, I'm always going to go with the guy with the better technique. And
I think you might think Bivol has better technique. I don't think he has better technique than David, but I'm going to go with the guy that I know is a fucking dog, and that's David Benavidez.
This is a great fight, so it needs to be made. I agree with you, but there's a problem making it. It's definitely from Bivol's side. It's not Benavidez's side. Benavidez is proving he'll fight anyone. He wants to fight everyone. He is a competitive boxer, man, and he wants to fight everyone. He wants to prove how great he is. He wants to show that he's that guy. If the fight's not happening, it's Bivol. But I think there's a way to force it, and we're going to start seeing what Turkey really wants to do in the sport if he gets kind of aggressive with starting to make these matchups. Because he could just stop paying for stuff.
We'll see.
All right. So next item on the rundown here, we have the co-feature for Virgil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin announced. Floyd Schofield versus Jojo Diaz. Any thoughts on this matchup?
Horrible. That's terrible.
Huey, I need you to play my sound. Add Oscar De La Hoya to the block party.
Oh, the block party?
Yeah, he's blocked.
I thought you had a rumor for us.
No.
You blocked. You is dumb as hell. You blocked, man.
I love you, Oscar. You got to go for making this matchup. You got to go.
Bro, that's trash.
Yo, they had us all hyped the possible Muratov Schofield fight. What happened?
I don't know, man. That's trash. The one thing is, like, I can't really complain too much about Golden Boy this year. They've been pretty damn solid.
But fuck solid. This could have been. No, this could have been their coup de grace.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. This is a missed opportunity. I don't get it. Like, I don't know anyone really clamoring for a Jojo Diaz fights right now. Now, he just had a really good fight. Why don't you just run that one back? People would be excited to see, like, hey, that was a damn good fight last time we saw it. Let's run that back. But Schofield has momentum right now. Like,
he about to get hurt, Ezra.
Yeah. Like, honestly,
he gonna hurt JoJo. He gonna hurt JoJo.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And the one thing though about Schofield, and I like the Farmer result, right? Like, I like the way that looked and everything. But I will say this: look, they knew Farmer was coming off 2 tough fights with Cepeda. He didn't, the shoulder or whatever didn't look right in that fight. And I think that Golden Boy and them were pretty smart with their matchmaking. And they kind of know when to catch a guy. And I think there was somewhat of that in there. They knew he's coming off fights. We're putting him right back in there. He's probably not going to be the same guy, right? To me, this matchup is like, are you protecting Schofield for some reason? Are you? So did you put that one up there? This comment that Ezra Sippy said that Ezra has such a punchable face.
No, I started it so I could share it later. I was gonna save it for later, but if you want to
I
get it
just
now.
when you're talking and then you see that, man, it really throws you off your game. I got to be honest with you.
That's why I don't look at the comments while I'm talking.
Yeah, it really threw me off. No, but I'm just saying, like, it seems like to me like they're really matchmaking him safely here, and I thought that they had momentum and they were really going to find out what he is his next matchup, but that they went the opposite direction. This is a really, really safe matchup for him.
That's how you look at it. I don't look at it like that. I look
What you
at it
think?
like set the man up for a highlight knockout, a beating.
But he just got a
look at it like
highlight knockout.
And what's wrong with another one?
Bro, he could have fought Murtaya for the belt right now.
Matt, I'm not defending none of that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about this matchup. I think this matchup gonna get him back on the timeline with this guy getting knocked out. He gonna hurt this guy. JoJo's a small guy. This dude is aggressive. He's gonna hurt this guy.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I'm with you. He's going to hurt this guy, but I think that's why people don't want to see it because they kind of know what the outcome is. When the Farmer thing happened, it was kind of surprising, right? People didn't think he was going to smoke him like that. With this, he'd be like, yeah, of course. I mean, if he kind of one thing I think matchmakers kind of make a mistake at, and you kind of put the guy in the spot now. Now he has to smoke this guy. If he ends up with a tough matchup with this guy, you kind of lose momentum, a lot of momentum. So you kind of put him in a no-win situation, almost a no-win situation in a way. You have to smoke him. You have to knock him out cold. Or if you're in a tough matchup, you go decision with this guy, you're gonna be like, hey, he was washed. He was beyond it. You couldn't stop him. You couldn't style him. You didn't separate yourself from this guy. That's another way that matchmakers could kind of backfire themselves. It's cool to keep an O, but you got to build momentum too.
All right. Any other thoughts on this before we move on?
I got
it. Just add Oscar to the block party one more time.
You blocked. You is dumb as hell. You blocked, man.
I love that video. All right, so from some terrible matchmaking to what was great matchmaking, last week in arguably the fight of the night, Christian Mbili versus Lester Martinez has been ordered by the WBC for an immediate rematch. What are our thoughts on this?
Go ahead, Ezra.
I mean, I want to see it. I want to see it right away. I mean, I think these guys have, to me, unfinished business. You guys know my scorecard. I thought Lester Martinez all the way. I thought him so much that I had it 10-0. I mean, I really I think the critical part of it is I don't think people knew Lester Martinez before the fight. I don't think they knew his game. So when the stuff that he was doing, it wasn't stuff you were really looking for, right? But if you know now people know Lester's game. They know what he's looking for. They're going to pay attention to the next matchup. I think he's going to win. I think that's what help him benefit him in the scorecards if it goes to the scorecards. I hope the next one 12 rounds. I don't think it should have been 10. I think it should have been 12. And I think that's a matchup people get really excited for. I think that those two guys, like I said, 168 is a really, really fun division. You can make a lot of matchups like this where the fights are going to end up looking like this. I'm good with it. And I'm sure Matt's going to complain somehow, but let's see.
What am I complaining about? It was a great fight. It's going to be a great rematch.
Okay.
I just hope it doesn't take place anytime soon.
Okay, exactly. There you
That's
go.
not complaining. I just think that both guys have earned a long rest. That was a brutal, brutal fight that they went through.
Okay, so you would know this more than I would. What is the rules? Okay, they say we want this fight next. We order this fight. Then they have to be signed by a certain date, right? You got to work negotiations by a certain date.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what is the distance they could make the fight? Like, so after they have the date to sign, okay, we signed the fight at this date. What's their time span after that they have?
Some section of bodies do 120 days, some do 180. Okay. The WBC is flexible. As long as you have the fight, they don't really care.
Okay. So maybe there's going to be a good time before we see this fight again.
Honestly, I don't want to see either guy back in the ring until next summer.
Next summer?
Bro, they beat the hell out of each other, Ezra.
I get you, but it's not like they saw canvas or guys were rocked or anything like that. Like, I don't know. You know, man, it seems like a long time. I'll be honest with you.
I would feel a lot better if they saw canvas and maybe somebody got stopped. It's those kinds of beatings that shorten careers where you're just getting beat on and you don't go down. Maybe these guys weren't in such phenomenal condition that their legs wouldn't let them go down.
Fair. We'll see. I think like a whole year is a little bit excessive, but yeah, I like the 6 months. As the Trill said, I'm fine with that.
One other thought from with the listener here, Rosebud Ice Cream. Not to be a hater, but when did everything turn into immediate rematches? Now, I do think that this one is called for it, but how do you guys feel about that being more common now?
I will
don't
say,
Go ahead.
Rosebud, you are on my wavelength because that is exactly what I always say. Why is immediate rematches all of a sudden the new phenomenon? Like, it's not necessary. It's not necessary at all.
You get what this is, though, right? You guys get what this is, though?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, you get what this is, right? This has
is
nothing to do with this fight.
This is a Lester Martinez conversation, but it's actually it's a Tank conversation disguised as a Lester Martinez conversation.
Oh my God.
100%, you 100%. It's so funny to me when Matt does stuff like that. That is hilarious.
Wait, Ezra, haven't I been saying this for a while though?
It seemed like you're really calling for it now. It seems like
or maybe you just noticed it because you got Tank on the brain 24/7.
No.
Shout out to Rosebud's Ice Cream, man. What a smart guy.
I will say this. I think that what I don't like is these you got a rematch. Like if you beat the champ and he's a name and he got on the contract mandatory rematch, I don't care for that. I think we need to get away from that. I think that if we want to complain about contracts and people talk about all the aqua everything, if there is something that we could approve upon, we need to remove that because that's a form of basically controlling the belt that I don't like. Immediate rematches though sometimes are better for boxing because the storyline's there.
Hold on. You don't need to change into the Aliak. Immediate rematches, they don't have to be honored by the sanctioning body.
Well, then they change it there. Whatever we need. I'm just saying. I'm not saying the Aliak. I'm just saying if there's something we could approve on that we have now.
Dana.
No. Don't you dare. But what I say is this. Immediate rematches for good fights is better for boxing. You have the storyline in place. The one thing hard is building storylines for these fights that people want to actually care and have interest about. You've seen this with Taylor Serrano. Like those rematches, they have storylines. You build the momentum and all that. You have it there. That just is what it is. It's good for boxing. To send Lester to go fight a guy that you don't know, and then and Billy go fight a guy you don't know, I don't think that's the best idea for as far as like growing their name and growing on momentum. So I think people are interested in this fight. That's why you go and have these matches like this. When you get a really good fight and you say, hey, run it back. We didn't get an official result or we didn't get a result that was clear enough. I think that's why you run it back. I have no problem with rematches. I have a problem with when a guy smokes a champion and then they say you got to do it again. I don't like that.
All right. So next item on the agenda here, we have Katie Taylor, after being previously ordered to face Chantel Cameron, has now been named champion emeritus by the WBC for her junior welterweight championship. Matt, what are your thoughts on this change?
My thoughts are, I'm not sure if we see Katie Taylor back in the boxing ring again. So I just want to give her flowers. She is one of the very best to ever do it. One of the very best women to ever box. A true trailblazer. There would not be boxing at the Olympics without Katie Taylor. So a true trailblazer, man. I wanted to see the Cameron. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
You said it wouldn't be boxing at the Olympics. Well, you mean women's boxing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I really wanted to see the Chantel Cameron matchup because I think that fight deserves a trilogy. And funny enough, how we say no immediate rematches, where's that immediate third fight? That didn't happen. But if this is it, Katie Taylor, you've had a mighty fine career. Salute to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this kind of is more symbolizing like the end coming soon, because I think that she might take one more fight, maybe in Ireland, but it'll be more of a, I think of an easier matchup, softer touch than Chantel Cameron, which we know is going to be a tough fight. I think that's what it symbolizes. I'm curious, Matt, do you think that I know she's not your greatest woman of all time boxer, but is she in the conversation?
The conversation is Claressa Shields.
So she doesn't have a discussion in it?
But after Claressa Shields, you got Katie Taylor. You got ladies like Lucia Riker, who you're not impressed with. Christy Martin, Ann Wolf, Leda Ali.
All right, so the answer is yes.
Cameron.
Yeah, so the answer is yes, right? She's definitely number 2, right, in your books?
Yeah, definitely number 2.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, no, I'm saying like she had a great career. I was always a fan of her. She has some really good matchups, and she's always gonna remember for the trilogy she had with Saran.
And then Blunts Boxing has a question. What about Katie Taylor versus Lauren Price? If you think that would be a good fight to hold in the UK or Ireland for her.
Yeah,
Why does Katie need to move up again? For what?
Well, he anticipated your question, actually.
Yeah, why does Katie need to move up again?
So if Taylor were to move up and beat Price, she has a legitimate argument against Shields, is what he's saying.
No, she doesn't, because Lauren Price hasn't really done much in her boxing career yet. She's still building her own resume. Now, maybe Lauren Price could have convinced me if she would have took the fight with Michaela Mayer, but she didn't take the fight with Michaela Mayer. One other thing, I know it's not on the rundown, but Alicia Baumgartner vacated her WBC belt also.
She did.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot who she was ordered to face. I think it was Delphine Persoon. So maybe she doesn't want to have that rematch. Maybe there's a bigger fight on the horizon for her.
Yeah, that's what that
I would
symbolizes.
like to see Alicia Baumgartner versus Amanda Serrano.
Maybe we're getting it. Maybe that's why she pulled out of that fight. She didn't want to go forward with that fight.
All right. Next item on, we had a recent announcement hearing Frank Martin is reportedly returning to the ring on October 25th against Rancis Bartholomew. This is going to be on the PBC pay-per-view card on Prime, headlined by Sebastian Pandora and Keith Thurman. What do you guys think about this matchup?
Go ahead, Matt.
We got to add PBC to the block party.
No,
You blocked. You is dumb as hell. You blocked, man.
Oh my gosh,
bro,
Lord,
I don't get it.
Deliver me from Rancis Bartholomew.
Yeah, I don't get it. What is Bartholomew doing that I keep watching him? I don't understand it. I really don't. And I know a guy has to make a living. I get that, right? But boxing is almost kind of like a privilege, right? Like the thing, and I don't get why I keep seeing him on my TV. I don't get it. I don't even get how this is good for Frank. It's another one of those matchups where it's like, if Frank don't smoke this dude, then what excitement do I have for Frank? I just don't get these kind of matchups, man. I don't get it. I don't get, as a promoter, you can't be more creative than this. 140s, there's some names in there that you could do, right? That it would be more interesting than this. Like, I don't. What do they see here? What do they see with Rancis? Who's clamoring for this guy? Who's clamoring for this guy who's even past it for his ability?
Any
I
other?
have nothing else to add. We're good.
All right, and so last thing we have here for news and notes today was we saw Adrien Broner was kicked out of an interview by rapper Cameron for harassing Stat Baby on the show Is What It Is. He appeared to be under the influence. What are our thoughts on Adrien Broner and kind of where he's at and what we've heard, recent fight announcements and what we've seen?
I mean, I don't think there's anything to get excited for. I don't know who's still waiting for Adrien Broner's career to keep going. I don't know what they're saying excited for. It's unfortunate, like, where he's at right now. It doesn't seem like he's in a good spot, and then that sucks. But I don't think. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not waiting for updates on Adrien Broner's career. I'm not. I don't get it. But I am curious. Well, Matt, what's your take on it before I get into anything else?
I think we like to pick and choose which substance abusers we feel bad for.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay. All right. I'm just curious. Matt, was Cameron right in what he did, and was he right to what he said after?
No, he was right. He was right to put him out.
Okay, I agree with that.
But that interview should have never took place in the first place.
Okay.
Because listen, I watched it for a couple seconds and saw that he was under the influence of something. So you telling me that Cameron and Mace didn't see that? Come on.
Now, question. There was another interview with Broner back in the day where he was it seemed like he was drunk on or whatever, right? And then there was a whole thing where like, should that have been released or shouldn't it have been released? Where do you stand on that?
I don't think it should have been released. To me, if you know they're drunk, why are you interviewing them? Why is there a camera in front of them and a microphone in front of their face? Like, I wasn't happy when Chris Mannix interviewed David Benavidez when David Benavidez was drunk in the crowd either. I don't like stuff like that. Like, to me, you are trying to take advantage of someone that's in a vulnerable position just for ratings.
So what
Like
about
we've had guests on the show before that were under the influence of something.
Okay.
Did we ever release those audio tapes?
We didn't.
We did not.
No.
So I don't like stuff like that. And I
Okay.
live by that.
What about when De La Hoya was the commentating for the Frank Mir?
USSR.
Yes. What should they have done in that situation?
That's different.
All right.
That was just that was like a fun party show atmosphere.
Okay.
Everybody was probably drunk and high there.
All right. Fair.
He was active in the comments, but now we have him on the show. Another, I believe, Bellini Award winner, guest host of Brunch Boxing, Mr. J.R. Bell, host of the Boxing Source. How you doing today?
I guess you're talking about USSR Cunningham.
Yes.
Goodness, man, and he did that like multiple times on that boxing telecast. That was crazy.
I think my favorite one was when he said that Vita Belfort had a head like a Rottweiler.
Oh my God, man! Oh man! But yeah, you were talking about this thing here with Adrien Broner, man. Like that man needs help. Just being real, that man needs help. Like what you saw there, in that It Is What It Is podcast was no different than what we've seen of him in the past and in recent memory. Like I seen him during fight week, same situation. Like, and I'm like, bro, like, and the thing about it is like you have people around you, like if they see you like this and they continue to have you in this particular predicament, then you need a new crew, bro. Just straight up, you need a new crew.
I mean, at this point though, right? Like, I mean, it's probably just Broner making the decision on his own, right? I mean, I don't think. I don't know,
man. At this point, whether you're 26 or 31 or 34, you gotta get to a point where it's like enough is enough, man. And for him, yeah, it's enough.
JBZ, did you have anything else you wanted to add on Adrien Broner or any of the other topics that we covered prior in the show? I know you had some comments about the Katie Taylor conversation and a few other things while you were listening.
All right, so the Broner thing, Cameron, how he handled it, I mean, that's, I guess, the way he could handle it. But, hey, Broner is Broner, so he's going to do what Broner does. Thought he was supposed to be having a fight scheduled. Not sure what's going to, happen with all of that. The thing with Katie Taylor should be in the conversation. There shouldn't be like, Clarissa Shields and she being worlds over everyone else. No, not with what Katie Taylor has done, like in the sport of boxing, not just, within the amateur, but in the pros as well. So there's that. And, the thing with, Terrence Crawford, I guess, 41 million viewers there for Netflix. Them, promoting Terrence Crawford on their social media pages. So they're trying to, give him a push to see like where it goes. If it leads to a rematch with Canelo, cool. Outside of that, I don't know what other fight would really make sense for him at this point.
David Benavidez.
Oh my God. Please don't be like the dude from Fight Hype. Come on, man. What are we doing?
Wait, we're talking about Terrence.
Here's the thing. Hold on. Shakur Stevenson, in the interview that he did with Gil's Arena, he said that Benavidez versus Crawford is not far-fetched. So if he...
Oh, you're a little broken up. Yeah, but
I mean, if you have Turkey Yellow Sheik that proposed that fight some time ago, but the fight being at like what 164, but come on, like,
160. He said 160.
Oh, 160. Oh my God.
Here's the thing, though. He recently tweeted out, "Can David Benavidez still make 168?"
Yeah, he did do that. He did do that.
Now,
Oh
question.
man.
Now, we were having a conversation in a space about this, and it's funny. It was funny because I felt like people were getting offended by it. And there was a matchup that Rold had brought up, right? And he had said that that he thought that Crawford versus Bivol was actually kind of interesting, right? Especially with Crawford moving up. Now that's where Matt brought in that he had the whole Benavidez thing, that was argument, whatever. But I do think that there is a spot where Crawford is that a lot of guys don't really get to, where he has a spot, he has a chance to be the GOAT. He has a chance to really kind of solidify himself as like, this, I'm probably the best guy you guys have ever seen. And I think that when you get there, you start having conversations where at this point, I'm like, who am I to doubt Crawford, right? That what he can do or can't do. And if he says he wants to do something, I'm pretty much going to be like, you know what? We have to see how that plays out, right? I can't say, oh, that's stupid or anything, because this dude's already proven me wrong in a major way.
Well, proving you wrong.
That's fine. That's fine, right? But what I'm saying though is he's at a point, right, where if he fought Bivol, I'm not going to be against it, because he's finding out. There's a point where I want people to find out how great they really are, and he's at a chance where he can find that out. Right, that he could find out that he's he could solidify that I am the all-time great. There's no one that can have a conversation with me. You guys don't think that should at least be considered, right? That if he did decide to do that, we can't be critical of that.
Nah, well, shout out to Trill. He said, like, Bomac said that a matchup like that is far-fetched. So, I'm gonna roll with, Bomac on that. But in reference to Terrence Crawford, I guess he's like the Street Fighter equivalent to Ryu, I guess, looking for challenges or something like that. But yeah, if he, kind of challenges anybody like Benavidez or Bivol, that would be crazy, and you would kind of put him in that conversation of like greatest of all time if you do something like that. But outside of that, I don't see like what other matchups would make sense for him. I know that it was mentioned like a Carlos Adames or like a Erislandy Lara. It's like, but for what? You know what I mean? Like those bouts don't really like generate enough interest in comparison to a Bivol or a Benavidez for Crawford.
Hey Hugh, I screwed up this layout. I don't know how I did that, but can you fix this?
Yeah, I got it. Jesus. All right.
I have no idea how I did this. I didn't even know I had this kind of control. All right, there we go.
See,
there.
Sometimes I didn't even know I had that kind of power to do something.
Yeah. Some people just don't need to have that much power. Okay.
No, that's honestly as soon as I pressed, I said, "Oh, this is a nightmare." And every time I pressed it, my face got bigger on the screen.
All right, we're back. But
all right. It's time for your favorite part of the show, EzRaw. The EzRaw breakdown, the EzRaw report card, and raw hard cash. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let me pull up this real quick.
Yeah, so before you get to raw hard cash, what are your thoughts on the Salida Promotions event last night, headlined by Brandon Moore's unanimous decision victory over DeAndre Savage?
Can I be honest about it?
Nope.
We'd appreciate that you were.
Yeah, please be honest about it, because whatever you say, Ezra, I might be saying the same thing.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you might not be. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't catch it last night. I gotta be honest.
Here we go.
I didn't catch it. I'm sure it was a great event. I'm sure the people were highly entertained.
Oh man, listen, I was watching Iowa versus Rutgers and Oklahoma State versus Tulsa. I'm sorry.
Hey,
sorry,
that
Dimitri.
Oklahoma State Tulsa game was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, man,
Matt, did you watch the fight?
I did.
All right.
What were your thoughts on the fight and the card overall?
My thoughts are, let's see who they fight next.
All right.
It was an uninspiring fight, wasn't it?
Moving on.
All right.
Wait.
Card?
Was it two heavyweights? That was two heavyweights, right?
It was two heavyweights.
Yes, it was two heavyweights. Man, Matt having that comment, that means that fight was not good at all.
It wasn't very good. And so moving on here, Ezra, what's your report card for Danny Garcia's upcoming event? We have Danny Garcia versus Danny Gonzalez, Ashton Sill versus Richard Comey, Dominique Crowder versus Fernando Diaz, also seeing Chris Colbert, Gabriel Flores, Keith Colon, and Quincy Williams in separate bouts.
They got some names on there. Like I get that, but I don't not one of those matches where I'm like, well, I need to see this. Definitely don't have one of those. But he got some names out there. There's an opening for Danny Garcia to be a promoter in that area that has all this new crop of talent. So that I get what their possibilities are for that, but I don't love that card. No.
Better or worse than Tim Tszyu versus Bakram?
Worse. This one's worse. This one's worse. For Matt, this one's worse.
All right. Matt, you got any thoughts on this?
This is an A card for me.
Oh, come on.
It's an A card.
Bro, what the hell are we doing?
Richard Comey coming off a second round knockout. Going up against it doesn't matter. He's going up against Ashton Sill, who listen, last time we saw him, he was looking up at the stars.
Bro, this is okay. All right.
Oh man.
You also got Danny Garcia saying goodbye to Brooklyn. You got various Puerto Ricans on the card, like Gabe Rosado, like Keith Colon.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Gabe Rosado, he's gonna bring the noise in the boys. He's gonna bring some action to the fight. Okay. Keith Colon, he's gonna bring some action. A lot of good names on this card, man. I can't wait. Shout out to Danny Garcia.
Man, Ezra was about to give his best Teddy Atlas impression when you're talking about that knockout.
Mm-hmm.
Against who? Against who? Against who?
Exactly. Well, tell me what you did. The last fight you fought a can.
All right, on to the next card that we had announced. So Brayon Goram versus Yomar Alamo, along with Gio Marquez, Tiara Brown, and Oscar Perez on the card. Any thoughts on this?
Am I tripping? Is that tonight?
Yes,
tonight.
it is tonight.
Yeah, it's tonight. Okay. Marquez, I'm interested in his career, where he's at. I feel like someone just kicked my door in. I'm interested in that fight. I like Tiara Brown. Tiara Brown's a good fighter. I think it's an interesting card. I don't think it's a great card, but it's an interesting card. I think it's worth a watch.
Matt?
I like the card. Everybody look out for Brayon Goram. He's up next. He's the guy. Young, heavy hitting. He's at 140. He's the guy. Look out for him.
Shout out Tiara Brown. Had the interview with her, a few weeks ago when she was in camp. Pretty much knew that this would be her first defense. Just was, didn't know what the date would be. But since it's this weekend, let's be sure to check her out with her first title defense of that WBC title. And that's pretty much what I got for this card so far.
Yeah,
live on the zone. Live on the zone.
Yeah, that's what I was going to add. From Houston, live on the zone. So you can check that out. And then also tonight we have Oscar Collazo versus Jason Vason, Gabriel Fondora versus Alexis Kubicki. Ezra, you're going to be in the building for this one, aren't you?
I'm making quite the drive, Huey. Quite the drive for this. I'll tell you right now, I made a mistake trading in that Prius. I didn't know that I was going to have to go to watch a fight. I traded in the Prius. I got a truck, and now I'm going to spend a good $100 getting there and back. And this card is not going to end until I'm going to be getting home around 12 o'clock tonight. You know what I mean? I'm going to be getting home around 12 o'clock. I'm very, very tired. Hopefully there's a space, Matt. Hopefully there's a space to keep me up on the road, because you know what? Honestly, my well-being is in your hands now. Honestly, because I'm telling you right now, that's a long trip, and there is nothing but Win fans to look at. You know what I mean? And I got nothing against Win fans.
Wait. Like, what trip is this from? Like, what city basically? Because I drove from what it was like outside of San Francisco to Sacramento one time, and then driving back was like crazy.
Yeah, that sounds horrible. Yeah, so people are gonna say, "Oh, it's not that bad." This is a 2-hour trip. If I hit traffic, if one of these trucks, right, one of these giant trucks just happens to break down or something, this easily turns into a 4-hour trip. This is the risk that I take.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got like 2 lanes basically.
This is going to be brutal. This is going to be brutal. This is I do this for passion, right? I do this because I love boxing. Tonight I'm working. Tonight I am working. That's the truth of it. That is 100% the truth of it. Man, I don't know if this thing charging or not. Yeah, but yeah, whatever. This is this card right here. I like this card. Collazo versus Mason's a good fight. Collazo is a pound for pound guy. So he's a guy that you should pay attention to. Collazo.
Whoa, he's a pound for pound guy.
Oh yeah. He's right there. If you don't have him in your top 10, then he's right there at the honorable mention. He's right there from 13 to 11. Definitely. You don't think
I'm sorry, but he's not even in the Boxing Source pound for pound top 16.
Really?
Yeah,
Collazo?
he's not. Yeah, Collazo. I'm sorry.
Oh wow.
My bad.
My top 15 either.
Really? Well, I mean, I don't want to go through guys. Can you?
I gotta say,
Wait.
You really do have a punchable face.
All right, JR, just on the spot. What's your 11 through 15, real quick?
11 through 15. Right. Well, just outside of the top 10 is a former top 10 guy that, Matt would have in his top 3, and that is Gervonta Tank Davis. Okay. So he's there just outside of the top 10. All right. At number 11. Boots Ennis, number 12. Devin Haney, number 13. Teofimo, 14. Navarrete at 15. And Zurdo Ramirez at 16.
Oh, no. Because you can't, right now, Navarrete, how he's looking, I don't think you can have him in there that high. I think you have him over Collazo. Zurdo, there's this thing with Zurdo that I kind of don't really understand. I get it. He's moving up, but he's kind of like not being the top guy in these weights, in any of the weights he's in. So I get he's moving up, but he's kind of just being like one of the champions in the weight. But he's never been the top guy in the weight. That's the one thing with Zurdo.
Wait, so he's not the top guy in his current weight? Or you
not proven. No. He's never proven himself above Obasaya. No. So I'm saying, like, he's constantly that guy. Like, okay, he had a chance to get Bivol. No shame in losing Bivol, but he lost to Bivol very cleanly, in my opinion. At 168 was it wasn't anything to me like a wild me or anything like that, right? You had tough fights. Like, I just haven't seen the performances where I'm like, oh, this guy is one of the top guys. I just haven't seen that. I see him keep moving up in weight, but to me, it seems like he's moving up in weight to find a lesser competition in a weight class or to find opportunities in a weight class. I don't think he's moving up in weight because he's dominating them. That's for sure not the case.
Well, you know what? When it comes to Oscar Collazo, it's pretty much like how Matt approaches a number of these guys at the lower weights. If I could feel like I could throw them for a 30-yard pass, then most likely they can't really be in my top 15.
Okay, well, this is bias. There's some bias to this then. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, anyway.
All right, he's number 17. How about that? He's number 17.
That's fine. Then it's top 20, right?
Yeah,
but I think, and this is a good fight, and these are two guys that could crack. I think it's a really good matchup. Gabriela Fandora, to me, has a lot of star qualities to her. And she's a female fighter that knocks people out. So you have to pay attention to her. The one thing that Golden Boy does is they put good matchups on. Like even if you don't know the fighters, you're most likely Golden Boy's going to deliver with solid matchups. Even though we added De La Hoya to the block party today, maybe a little prematurely. But I'm just saying though, these cards like this you have to pay attention to because they end up with some damn good fights on the undercard. I really like this card. I'll give this card a B. I think it's a solid B card.
Yeah, that Chicago card that they had, their last one was a very good card.
Yeah, right? It over-delivered.
Yep, it over-delivered for sure.
That's what Golden Boy does. They over-deliver, like consistently over-deliver.
Matt, you have any thing you want to add on this before we move on?
No.
What's wrong with you? What's going on? Wait, hold on. Okay. What's going on? I don't really know what that was.
I'll be honest with you. Listening to you talk about Oscar Collazo all that time, I literally dozed off.
This is, you created the rundown, right? You're sending me to this card.
Listen, I was just expecting you to give it a grade, say who's gonna win, and then move on to the bet.
No, not me. I talk boxing, not me. I want people to pay attention to this fight. I want them to get to know these fighters. I try to build the fighters' names. I understand that you're uncomfortable to talk about fighters because we interviewed them, and you don't want people to hear you should put things. But me, that's all right. I'll talk to fighters, but I'm also going to preach them up. I'm also going to make sure you know their name. That's what I did right now. That's what I did. I have no shame in it. Now, excuse me for a second while I plug in this laptop before it turns off.
All right. So while he plugs in his laptop, we're going to move on to the next segment here. Matt alluded to it.
Did he give us his bet?
No, we are gonna give us your best bet first.
All right. Breon Gorham by stoppage. I believe it's minus 125 right now. Breon Gorham by stoppage. Make sure you guys take that. That is my best bet of the day. I think he is going to beat the hell out of Yomar Alamo. That's my best bet.
Is it raw hard cash time?
It is raw hard cash time.
We had a bad week last week. I know that. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to remind me. We had a bad week last week. We got only one leg right of a 4-leg parlay. It was brutal to watch. It ended right away. First fight. I don't like that. I like it a little bit.
Can you remind us of the bet?
I had Bochuck. I had Lester Martinez. I had Canelo Alvarez. The only guy that hit
You should have had 2 legs of the bet, to be fair.
At least 2.
Yeah, it was a brutal day at the office. And even worse right now, even worse, is the parlay I had, they didn't save. Oh my God, that really frustrates me. Okay, to start off, I remember it kind of by heart, and then I'll add it up as we do it here. Luis Collazo by stoppage. I think that, not Luis Collazo, Oscar Collazo.
Yeah. His lesser known brother.
Oscar Collazo by stoppage. He hits really hard. He's really skilled. Basin in there, they're gonna look to exchange. I think that Collazo's gonna get the stoppage here. Let me add that real quick to this thing. There's not a lot other good value betting wise for boxing this week. So we're gonna have to add another sport in. Now we know how good I do in football. We know that when I bet football, when I name a winner of football, you can pretty much take that to the bank. So let's go to football real quick. I had 3 games that I really liked. Hate to do this live, but that's what we do on the show. That's what we do on the show. We don't hide anything. If we're gonna discuss something, if I have a problem with Matt, you're gonna hear it, right? I tell you then and there. We don't wait. We're gonna take the Packers over the Browns money line. Any of you guys picking the Browns in that game?
No.
Okay, exactly. We are gonna take the Cowboys over the Bears. Weird to me line for that game. Weird odds for that game. Now, I think Huey is thinking the Bears are going to be in this one competitively. I'll be honest with you. I just don't see it. I don't believe in Caleb Williams. Nothing about Caleb Williams is telling me like, oh, this is a guy that's going to be able to seal games off. And I just think Dak's going to outplay him. Now, man, I'm sure the Bears have talent on their offense. They have talent on their defense, talent on their offense. But I just think Caleb Williams is such a mess that I don't think they're going to win this game. I'm going to take the Cowboys. And my fourth leg of the parlay, I will be taking. Man, there was another game that I felt really good about, and I don't see it now. Well,
was it the Rams?
No. Listen, I'm an honest fan with the Rams. I'm an honest fan. That's gonna be a tough game. I think it's gonna be really close. We're missing our top corner, right? But I think that's gonna be a really tough game. It's not one that I'm 100% confident putting money on. Right, I'm not 100% thing. I think that when you're in Philadelphia, you're missing your top corner. It's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a real tough game to win. If we pull it out, though, you better believe Super Bowl contender. You better believe that I'm telling you right now. You'll see with San Francisco. You better believe it. What
about the Raiders Commanders the points? Because it changed with Mariota being the quarterback.
Yeah, I'm staying away from that. That is a +3 for the Raiders and -3 for the Commanders. I'm staying away from that. I'll just stay with the parlay I have right here. It's still good value. I'm going to go Collazo by stoppage, Green Bay Packers money line, Dallas Cowboys money line, and that's +230. That's your raw hard cash.
Listen, there's no college football on there, but I know that there's a game tonight between the Miami Hurricanes and that trash-ass team out of Gainesville. Miami is favored by 6.5 because it's an in-state game. Man, that team out of Gainesville sucks, okay? They lost to the Bulls. Go Bulls. They're going to get trounced by the Hurricanes because the Hurricanes beat up the Bulls by almost 30 points last week. So this one here, expect DJ Lagway to throw a few more interceptions, and that 6.5. Nah, Miami's gonna have to make that. They
Hey,
got
how
to.
did Ali versus Foreman work out for Foreman?
I don't know what I like less, college football or amateur boxing, but I know I don't like either. I don't know which one I like less, but I know I don't like either. I'll tell you that right now.
No, college football is like my second favorite sport next to boxing. So, yeah.
College football is right up there with pickleball.
Oh my God. Y'all
All
must
right.
have lost so many times betting on college football.
All right, so we'll revisit this bet next week to see if Ezra's football picks stay consistently winning as they were a week ago, 2 weeks ago now at this point.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And then moving forward here, we're going to book the territory, WBA versus PBC. So we saw WBA president being critical of PBC operations and Tom Brown in particular over the Ali Act amendments. What do you guys think is going to go? What's going on, and what do you think is going to come of this? What'll happen as a result? Matt, you kick us off.
Well, let's get to the quotes first of all, because some of these quotes are very damning. Like I said, he did an interview with Bernardo Pallotti of ESPN, and he keeps talking about how PBC is isolated at the moment. We touched on it briefly like last week, but I just wanted to go more in depth because he really ripped Tom Brown, basically saying, hey, listen, you want to go against us? You want to go against us? You're not going to be welcomed. And it's not just me, it's other members who read what's going on. You want to go to TKO? Fine, go to TKO. But I don't like what you said. I'm letting you know that. I find that to be very interesting. And I'm wondering, is there a divide within PBC, Ezra?
It sounds like it, right? It sounds like it. I think that you had asked me, what's the future of PBC? I think it's definitely major changes. I think there's definitely major changes coming. I think that people are seeing the business change. They're trying to jump ahead of it, of what they assume that the business is going to be. Maybe prematurely, in my opinion, maybe a little bit prematurely. But I think that they're trying to get with what they think are the new people that are going to run the sport. And they're trying to put themselves in position for that. And I think that that's, like I said, I think that all the landscape is going to change. You see Top Rank where they're at. You see Matchmaking, that all this is going to change. All the landscape's going to change. A lot of people are hedging their bets on who's going to be, controlling the sport going forward and how the sport's going to be run going forward. That's what I see. I see a lot of people just looking to make moves, and people are opportunistic. I mean, that's the name of the game. I don't know if I can blame them or not, but what you might think of loyalty, people are going to say, hey, this is going to go this way now, and I'm going to jump out and get there. And I think that sometimes you're going to see definitely some mistakes made there where people think that this is going this way and it doesn't quite go that way. Or people think that they're going to be with this side and they're not quite going to be with that side. We're going to see how that plays out. But I think for sure going forward, PBC is going to look different.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I think there's been a divide, but I'll just say that.
Now, Shakur Stevenson did say that the fight with Teofimo Lopez is close. Lance Pugmire of Boxing Scene reported that this is going to be a PBC event backed by Turkey Al-Sheikh. How much of that do you believe?
I'm not sure. Like I said, I've seen Lance Pugmire at PBC things, right? So I know that he's not a guy on the outside with them, because like if it was like Coppinger, I would be like, oh, what sources does he have with them, right? He's not in on that. Oh, he don't have inside sources there. But maybe he has some kind of knowledge behind it. It kind of doesn't make sense. It's kind of out of nowhere, right? There's not one guy that's literally fought with PBC yet than those two main events. But maybe it is. Maybe there's something there, and maybe this is just a sign of business changing for them and how they're gonna book fights. And maybe they're not gonna be looking at their own roster maybe like that anymore, and maybe they'll just get whatever fights that are possible out there. They'll put them together, and maybe they'll use PBC's resources to build bigger fights in the States. I don't know, but you got to see. It's not that I 100% believe it, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility.
Okay. All right. You know, we can move on to quick hits.
Well, question though, do you think there's truth to that? Any truth to that or no?
Well, from the people that I spoke with, they don't know what the fuck Lance is talking about. But for me, I don't take that to mean that it's not true. I take that to mean that maybe you're not in the loop,
Yeah.
and maybe this is a sign of things to come, where these guys, like you got Louis the Cubans Jr., who Gilberto Mendoza said is mixing his own independent interest with PBC interest. You know, I've never heard a sanctioning body president talk about a promotional outfit like this. Like, this is very strange. It's just a very, very strange situation. And I'm kind of wondering if him being upset about the Tom Brown Muhammad Ali Act thing, if that caused him to just spill secrets.
That's what I feel like. That's what it feels like. Now, if that fight were to get made and it was under PBC, what does that mean? Now, does that mean that does that kind of show that like PBC will kind of just be like, you know how Ring is or Matchroom is, like they're just the promoter of choice at that point? Would you take that as to mean that, like, where like they're gonna make a bunch of cards and they'll put this one on PBC and they'll put this one on Matchroom and they'll put this one on Queensberry? Would you see that PBC just kind of joining that rotation?
No, it would mean that, to me, that Turkey Al Sheikh was not happy with the results of the events that he put on in the United States.
Okay, so he says
now he's going to the proven commodity that the only people that knows what the fuck they're doing. Now that he's like, hey, you know what? Please help me out here, brother.
Now I will say this. Going on an old Matt take, you did say that the only way this is going to work, right, in the U.S. is if he wants the PBC.
Yeah. But we'll see.
So would you say this would be a smart move from Turkey then?
It would be a smart move for Turkey, but is it a smart move for PBC? That I'm not sure about.
We'll see. All right. Go ahead.
Moving on to quick hits here. First up, we have John Raul Casimero versus Kenosuke Kameda announced for October. First, what are your thoughts on this matchup? And Matt, I want to go to you with this one. What are your thoughts on Inoue and fighting Casimero before he retires?
I still want to see it.
Did Vivi write this? Who wrote this quick hit?
I still want to see it. He got to see that, man.
Really? Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Huh? All right. What weight is that fight at?
That's a good question. Probably, I'm assuming 126.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, all right.
Maybe 122. Listen,
Casimero?
it's whatever weight Casimero shows up at.
We're talking about competitive boxers. I like Casimero's won. I got to be honest with you. I don't think he's a competitive athlete right now, a competitive boxer right now.
Those are your thoughts on the fight? Those are your thoughts on the matchup?
Yeah. I don't. Let's see him make weight. Let's see him not have a trouble getting there. But we'll see all that. Like,
you don't think somebody like Casimero could cause Inoue problems?
Maybe, but maybe not. Like, here's the thing, right? At what point? When did we stop taking him seriously as a fighter? Because I haven't taken him seriously in a long time. Because he's done a bunch of
stopped taking him seriously. I just think people are upset because he missed weight.
Yeah, well, yes. Of course, people are upset he missed weight. It's like that's one of your jobs as a fighter. It's like this. It's nonsense with him. That's what I'm telling you. It's like guys like him, guys like Ryan, guys. It's nonsense follows these guys. I don't have time for guys where nonsense follows them. I was watching yesterday, Clayton Kershaw, right? Say basically goodbye to his last regular season start at home with the Dodgers, and I'm looking at the guy who's been basically pitching for a good majority of my life. And this is a guy that what you're celebrating is a guy that's just no nonsense. It was just a guy that just always showed up and always was ready.
Except for the playoffs.
And you watch your mouth now, okay? You watch your mouth. Now, a guy like Terrence Crawford, right? When he beats Canelo, and you see him and he talks about, I don't drink, I don't do that. And it's a guy was like, hey, no nonsense, right? No nonsense. It's just a guy that goes, trains, stays ready. When he gets a fight, the fight's going to happen. When he gets a thing, he's going to show up. All those things. you got to appreciate that. That is a skill. That is an ability. Casemiro is nonsense. I don't like nonsense. I want nonsense, less nonsense. I want less nonsense in anything I'm watching, anything I'm doing. As I get older, I get tired of the nonsense. I don't need it. I don't need it. Don't build me up. Go ahead and go on a run, then prove that you want to fight and everything. But Inoue don't need to see him. Inoue shouldn't even be thinking about him, honestly. Inoue has been fighting guys that the people say he has to do this, and we get nonsense like the MJ fight, honestly. I thought that the MJ fight, like, this is an MJ. No, you know what? It turned out exactly what it is. He didn't need to do that for MJ. He didn't need to wait 2 times for Sam Goodman. He needs to go and fight guys that are legitimately getting in the ring, guys that have been doing it consistently. Stop with the nonsense.
I told you MJ was trash.
You did. And like I said, maybe what he's good at, in a way he's just great at, and he couldn't do anything. I think it's something like that. But you didn't need to, maybe we didn't need to see it. After it all played out, I was like, about it.
All right, next item on the agenda here. Former junior middleweight champion Tim Tszyu has decided to restructure his team as he continues his career. What do you think should be next for him?
Go ahead, Matt. All right, I'll take it.
I like Tim Tszyu.
What? Is that what you added to this? Do you like Tim Tszyu?
I like Tim Tszyu.
Okay.
Okay. I know. All right. Because I have a comment. I'll
go to you right now, JBZ, but you only come to Brunch Boxing for that kind of insight. I'll tell you that right now. You can't go anywhere else. I'm sorry. You're not going to get that anywhere else. This guy just said he likes Tim Tszyu. That's it. That's all I gave us. What do you got, JBZ?
My comment is retirement. That's it. It's over. It's done. Tim Tszyu really can't do much outside of, these, as they say, mid-carders. Because when it comes to the top fighters, whether it's going to be 154 or if he thinks about 160, he's not going to be able to compete with those guys. So he needs to really consider retirement.
I will say this. I give all credit to Tim Tszyu for his career. I give him all his credit. He did exactly what I want a fighter to do. He was no nonsense and he was no BS, and he got in the ring and fought tough guys. Consistently, he got in there and said, "I want tough guys. Give me tough guys." And when he lost, he still said, "Give me another tough guy." And he lost, "Give me another tough guy." He did everything. Now, I think retirement maybe is a little premature, but I get you, right? Where it seems like we're definitely headed in that direction. When these guys do this with their teams, it's a mental thing. It's team's not the problem. It's a style, and it's not being able to take the shots. That's the true problem here. Fedor no selling his shots in that last round, which to me was very, very telling, right? Like it's like, oh, this isn't what that was. Those shots you wanted to land to be like, this changes fight. It didn't happen. He stopped after that round because he knew, hey, those shots didn't do it. I don't have a place in here. He's not responding to the shots. Will, I think that you still go one more shot at it. I still think he's an entertaining fighter. I still see some skills there, but yeah, most likely he's gonna come up short yet again. And it won't be the team. It won't be anything else other than you just don't have it at that level. But you found out. You know who you are. I respect that.
I mean, if Michael Zarafa beats up his brother Nikita, then you have a fight for Tim Tszyu. Zarafa versus Tszyu.
It's a good fight. But I mean, hell, if you told me, look at Tim Tszyu, I'm all right with a get back fight next. I think that's okay. I think it's all right. Get back fight. And then you got a lot of guys there at 154. I'm okay with him matching up with any of them. Like, I'm not going to complain about that. This dude is tough. He comes to fight. He has losses on his thing, I get it, but he's the kind of guy, I don't think he's the kind of guy to be messing around. I think he wants to find out. Like I said, he wants to find out. He
needs to go to 160.
You could do that. That's interesting. That's an interesting move for him. I don't mind that.
You know who I want to see him fight?
Lara.
Elijah Garcia.
Oh, I love that. Now you're talking. I love that. That's a good matchup. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's still interesting in my book.
Why do I want him to fight Lara? I told you I liked him too.
Fair enough.
Right.
Matt likes Lara even more. That's the problem.
All right. So we saw Top Rank announce that they reached an agreement on a long-term promotional deal with Derek Scooter Davis. Matt, we got any thoughts of the former guest of the show?
Congratulations to Scooter, man. I hope this was the right move. We'll see what Top Rank does with him.
You'll be able to watch him on Facebook near you. I'll tell you this right now. it's very interesting to me to sign a deal with the promotion that does not have a TV deal. And I just really don't want to hear, oh, they have a TV deal, they just not announced it yet, or they have a TV deal, they just, you don't think that? No, I don't think they have a TV deal. I don't think they have a TV deal, and I think that there's a chance these guys become a management company going forward, right? But I don't think they have a TV deal. Everything I'm hearing from these promoters is they're talking about their fighters and putting them on their schedule. I don't hear a TV deal. I don't hear a future TV deal here. So I think that's kind of interesting. I think Matt. He was on your top 10 most important boxers list, right?
Yes.
So I think that's a very good signing, right? That's a very good signing of a future talent. Hopefully they can get him where he needs to get to. But also another thing with Top Rank is they don't really build mega stars. So it's another thing I'm not excited about. I'm always kind of negative towards Top Rank, is what it is. But I just don't think they have a TV deal, and I'm not sure that the promotion will build a star. So we'll see how that goes.
Do you think they're never going to get a TV deal?
I think that the fact that they're struggling so much, that TV deal is not going to be any good when they do get it.
Okay.
Next item here is Jermaine Franklin being a promotional free agent, as we heard both Franklin and Salida Promotions announce. Any thoughts on what should be next for him?
Nope.
He got that win, but I wasn't excited about it. I'll be honest with you. I'm not like, oh, let's see Franklin in the ring again. I didn't think
these are quick hits for a reason.
Yeah.
So.
Good thing I didn't make it to see that fight. I'm gonna just say that.
Bro, that fight was terrible. That fight was terrible. And I was saying that there was a point in the heavyweight division where those two guys, you would kind of talk yourself into like, let's see him fight Klitschko, because there was literally no competition. So you would be like, maybe this guy. You know what I mean? It was terrible. It was a terrible matchup. It reminded me of a sad heavyweight era that I once lived through.
All right, another piece of news here. So, Abbas Barao has been elevated to the WBA junior middleweight champion. He's been informed that he is being elevated for the full champion after defeating Yoenis Tellez for the interim title. What should be next?
Matt?
Whatever makes the most money.
Are you eating? What's going on here?
He said he didn't get
brunch.
Couldn't wait.
Yeah, are you eating? You cooking? What's going on here?
This is no longer brunch boxing. It is brunch and boxing.
Oh, okay.
This is insane. Yeah, I'm curious where they go with him. I think, is he a promotional free agent? You guys know?
No, he's a German promoter.
He's a German promoter.
He signed with the same guys that signed with William School. I think he's with Aegon.
Okay, but so basically, over here, he can fight whoever he wants to fight over here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, he's in a good spot, right? Because it's a really competitive, and he has a belt. So, I think he could get some good matchups. I think he's in a really, really good spot. You want to have a belt in that weight class because there's so many names, and they're all going to try to go for the wrapping up belts, and all those promotions want control. They're just kind of a little spread out. So, I think he's in a really good spot. There's a lot of interesting matchups for him.
All right. And then a couple more items here. Team USA's Yaslin Perez came away with the silver medal at the World Boxing Championships. She was the only medalist for the U.S. Any thoughts on the amateur tournament? EzRaw, I know you gave your thoughts on amateur boxing earlier in the show.
Just if you could see my face right now.
Well, we can.
I know, that's what I'm saying. There's the lack of interest I have. Matt, you tell me. You were really in depth there.
Matt, is there anything to comment on from the World Boxing Championships?
Nope.
All right.
Congratulations, though.
You wrote this. You know that, right?
They're quick hits for a reason, Ezra. They're quick hits for a reason.
Here's the thing. Hold on, no.
He's like MJ out there. He's not even throwing punches.
Here's the thing. I put it on the rundown so we could acknowledge her accomplishment. We read it. Everyone knows it happened. It's been acknowledged. Let's move on.
All right.
And then we saw the World Boxing president will not seek re-election in November. Matt, do you have any thoughts on this?
Now, that is a big story that bears watching. I don't have any thoughts yet because I need to talk to some people. But the fact that this is a one-term president, when you would think because boxing is back on the Olympic schedule 2028, and they moved ahead with their world championships, you would think that this guy would be a shoo-in to be president again. So for him to basically step down and not run for re-election, I think something's going on behind the scenes that we don't know about.
Is it something fishy?
Yes.
All right. Love that. It's a big story, Billy.
All right, that's the last item we have on the rundown here for today. Matt, close out the show.
Oh, fuck the viewers. No.
Oh, we haven't gotten many questions throughout the show. We got one. All right, we got one that I noted here. For the Silv fight, do you know if that's at 35 or 40? Martin wants to know.
It's at 40.
Yeah, that has to be at 40. Next thing, I want to put this question out for the viewers. Do I have a punchable face? Because I don't agree with this. I don't think I have a punchable face, but I see a lot of people have been saying that.
We will make a poll on the Brunch Boxing Twitter account, and you can go vote on whether or not Ezra has a punchable face. And we'll even make and you know what? We'll have yes, no, and he has a kickable face as an option.
The thing is, I will tell you this: being a boxer, right, and having a punchable face seems like a bad idea. I got to be honest with you. It seems like maybe I'm at that point. Maybe I was in the right business or I was in the wrong business. You can have it either way. It depends on your logic on it. Now, I will say this. Does the hair make my face more punchable? Is another question I have, right? Like, say if I was bald head again, was that punchable? Or with the long hair, because I'm going to grow to my shoulders, is that going to make it more punchable? I do want to know that. I guess we can add that to the poll as well.
I think the hair frames the punchable face, so it just gives you an easier target.
I do think.
No,
I think
when you shave, Ezra, you look like a recovering alcoholic.
Why though? Because I kind of see it. And you know what? I'll tell you what was
like just look at recovered alcoholics when they're clean shaven. They're looking for a job now. Like you look exactly like that.
They cleaned you up, man. They cleaned you up.
I can see the black sweater too, because this sweater looks like something I got like when I went somewhere. They said, "Here, we got you some clothes," and I put a black sweater on. I do kind of see that.
Yeah.
That is funny.
When they clean up a homeless guy off the street. There you go.
Matt, I think this question's for you here because I think you believed it regardless. But from Rosebud Ice Cream, does Crawford's performance last weekend give anyone more confidence that Tank can stop Jake Paul?
Yeah. I think Tank can stop. Shout out to Rosebud, man. Shout out to Rosebud.
You see the correlation there? I don't even see a correlation there.
But here's the thing, right? I don't know if you guys seen Citizen Kane with Rosebud. You know, Rosebud being the code word. And on Columbo, this guy got his dogs to attack someone by training them to attack when they hear the word Rosebud. Like, I love the name Rosebud. I wonder if that's why he made the name Rosebud. Unless he's just a Adam Rose fan. Remember Adam Rose, the wrestler?
Yeah, I love Adam Rose.
Yeah.
And the Rosebuds? Oh, man, what a great entrance. Hey, real quick, we didn't touch on this. We were supposed to, but let's just go through it real quick. It's only four matches on the WrestlePalooza tonight. You ready real quick? Let me see. Oh, okay. My bad. I'm missing the big one. Okay, you want to go real quick?
Let's do it.
The Usos. Oh no, you don't. I don't like the way they have this scheduled. Let's go. Io Sky versus Stephanie Valkyrie for the Women's World Championship. What do you think of that matchup?
I think it's time for Stephanie to go over.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Stephanie Valkyrie is a potentially be a massive star. So, oh, you know what? Rosebud Ice Cream. I think I talked to this guy before.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But he sells at Bristol Farms.
He's been on here before.
Okay. Got you. Okay, yeah, I think it's time for Stephanie Valkyrie to go over.
And he saw Ice Cream at Bristol Farms in LA, Ezra.
Yeah, I know. I gotta stop by.
Yeah, go get some ice cream from Rosebud. And shout out to you, Rosebud, because of you, Rosebud, I created a Venmo. So anyone looking for Venmo, is that your face? That's me.
All right. Okay, anyone, when I put that for your birthday, did anyone send you any money?
No.
Very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. Okay. The Usos versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker.
I think Bronson and Reed and Brick got to go over.
They do. They really do. They're really in a need to look strong. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. This is a stat card. I'm not gonna lie. This is a stat card. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre.
Now we know Cody's going to win.
Yeah, pretty obvious. I think it
But
might be
Drew should go over.
But this might be match of the night. Like, I think this might steal for match of the night. CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch.
I love it.
You really love this, huh? You love that, huh? Can I tell you what I think they should do here? There should be a point where Becky Lynch and CM Punk just getting a full-out brawl. They should go fist for fist. I really think that they should do that here. I think the whole gimmick of like switching, I want WWE back to the 90s, right? And I think at one point they should be trading, and where it's like one, like, you know, when they hit the right hand, the crowd goes, oh, and then the other one hits the right hand, the crowd goes, oh. They should do that. What do you think of that spot?
It reminds me of when Stone Cold Steve Austin beat the hell out of a leader with a chair.
It's wrestling, you know what I mean? Like, we understand it's fake. I don't really think that they're really blowing, but I think that's a good spot. CM Punk and Becky Lynch should trade right hands. Who goes over here? It's pretty obvious CM Punk and AJ Lee, right?
No, Seth and Becky goes over.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's get to the main event. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar.
Woo-hoo.
What do you think?
You know what? Well, I'm trying to think. I mean, this is a very difficult match to call.
Yeah.
I think Brock Lesnar goes over.
Oh,
wow.
really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know what? It's a tough spot.
Yeah.
It's a tough spot because, you know, if you have Brock just came back, right? People are excited. And it seems like he's going to be going on his retirement tour pretty soon. So to have him get beat right away is kind of, kind of kills momentum. But you have Cena is coming to an end, right? So you kind of feel like you have to ride that. It's actually one of these things where I really don't know what it's going to look like. I like stuff like that in wrestling. I do think John Cena is going to pull it out. I think Cena's going to pull it out.
Man, I think Lesnar should win, but I think Cena's going to take it. Watch.
If you were booking
have Cena go over.
If you were booking it, you have Lesnar win, right?
Yeah.
I do too. I do too. All right, that's WrestlePalooza tonight.
We did get a few more comments from the fans here. So one from Rosebud Ice Cream, Matt. The ice cream's coming to DoorDash in New York soon.
Does he have Rosebud?
Let's go. What?
Do you have
hold
birthday
on.
cake?
Rosebud. What flavors do you have, Rosebud?
I just asked that. How are you going to tell me stop and you asked the same question I did? I want to know if he has birthday
Because
cake.
you're asking for one specific flavor. I want to know what flavors they carry.
He did have another question for you while he's answering that one. Is Gary Antoine fighting again this year?
Yes. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Do I need to hit your music?
What the hell happened to Gary Antoine versus Hirooka? Like, did that just go away?
You were talking about the WBA, and I'm surprised you didn't mention that when you were talking about the WBA because, that was supposed to be ordered, and that was ordered like what?
Well, the
5 months ago?
So, no. So what's happening with that is PBC was supposed to do a card in November in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's where the fight was going to be.
Fight was going to land, yeah.
So no one's sure if that's happening anymore. So that fight might move to December in Japan.
Oh, wait.
Let me talk about the one thing. Wasn't there an LA card happening?
Possibly, but we have to see what happens.
Rumors of an LA card,
but we have to see what happens with this. The Isaac Cruz and Lamont Roach Jr. thing. So
yeah, it's like that. Like, here's the thing: PBC got a lot of stuff going on, but they're short on announcements.
Yeah.
All right, we did get an answer from Rosebud. This is in 2 parts, so he didn't give the flavors yet. So we launched soft serve pouches in 4 flavors: vanilla, chocolate, cookies and cream, and Blue Moon, which put in parentheses citrus marshmallow.
Okay.
Ooh.
See, here's the thing, right? And I'm sure this ice cream is great, right?
No. Hold on.
Whoa.
I need some more flavors. Hold
That's
on.
what
Before you go ranting, what other flavors do you have?
Because here's the thing, right?
He said that's not enough.
Okay, you got your cheesecake, right? You got that, right? Like a cheesecake flavor, and then you got your birthday cake flavor. Like to me, that separates the man from the boys when it comes to ice cream. Okay, like that's where you really know what you got going on there. We got 7 pints.
All right, so I'm guessing the next message here, he's gonna.
We sell at grocery stores. It's not a shop.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Well, I said I need birthday cake. I'm a big birthday cake ice cream fan.
I need to know the flavors.
What
I
are
need
the
to know the
flavors of
flavors.
the 7 pints you sell at grocery stores, Rosebud?
Yeah, you got. So he has 7 pints. We know he has vanilla, chocolate, cookies, cream, and blue moon. Right, that's 4.
Yeah, so there's
we need
there's 3 missing.
There 3 are missing.
One of them could be birthday cake, Ezra.
I mean, it should be. You don't really start an ice cream shop or an ice cream supply chain, I guess, without birthday cake. I've got more boxing questions.
You're a birthday cake ice cream guy.
I really am. I really am. Vanilla, I think he's going to do 1 by 1. And he's doing the ones we already heard.
It should be like a release party, I guess.
The crazy part about this, I'm going to tell you right now. We should do
like a release party.
This is the highest point of views we've had today. And this is, we were talking literally about ice cream. Like if you tune in right now, you're like, I can't wait to hear two of you guys talking about boxing. And I'm talking about birthday cake. Oh, man. You know,
I still want to know the damn flavors.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Oh man!
Does Rosebud not want us to know the flavors that he sells?
Oh man!
Since pints have overlap with the pouches, but he says there's 4 pouches and 7 pints, so we're missing 3 flavors.
I don't know what's going on.
Rosebud, if you're there, Rosebud, please tell us the flavors. I just want to know the flavors.
All right.
Come on,
mint cookies and cream, chocolate chip cookie, and coffee are also in pints. So those are the 3 additional flavors.
No birthday cake. You should have lost the coffee. No
coffee,
one likes coffee.
I was gonna say coffee's actually probably kind of fire.
Oh, bro.
They would go for the coffee.
You can lose the mint cookies and cream if you were gonna lose one of those.
Yeah, mint. Yeah, the mint. Yeah.
You know what? I gave up.
Hold on.
Oh, wait.
He don't got pralines and cream.
What is it?
Yeah, no, there is regular cookies and cream, but there's also mint cookies and cream.
No, he didn't say that. You said something else. What was the thing you said?
Pralines and cream.
What the hell's that?
Like praline pecans?
Yes, it's like a sugar toasted pecan.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Where are you going to get stuff like this? Like, what are you talking about?
Ice cream shops,
hey, Ezra, do you have a Haagen-Dazs store near you?
I don't think so, no.
Listen, go on Uber Eats, go to Haagen-Dazs, get pralines and cream ice cream, and thank me later.
Yeah, to Ezra's point, we added 200 listeners since we started talking about ice cream.
Yeah, also pistachio from Haagen-Dazs.
No.
From Haagen-Dazs, Ezra, pistachio.
Pistachio is both overrated and underrated at the same time.
I just like pistachios by themselves. I don't need them in ice cream. I don't know who thought of that. Just give me regular pistachio. I don't need it in ice cream. Now, this week I have changed the way I eat. I got off the swine. I already know that. I also don't drink coffee anymore.
Why did that happen?
Hold on. What's in the Starbucks cup?
This is tea.
Oh, wow.
You know, I will say this about Starbucks. There's a new thing that they're doing.
That pork tea? Is that pork tea?
No, there's no swine. There's no hog in anything I eat. Starbucks write it's a little note on their cups now, right? The people they make their cups, they write a little note. You can tell the class of the Starbucks you're going to by the note that they write. I will say this. I thought nothing of it when I first went there, but now when I just get a simple thanks, that's a trash note. I'm going to tell you that right now. I like, we love you, you rock, or something do like a coffee pun. I like that stuff. But just putting thanks, you mailed it in. And there wasn't a lot of people there to mail it in. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm telling you. I probably won't visit the Starbucks ever again. And there's a lot of options.
Did they mail it in because you told them that your name was Charlie Kirk?
No, I didn't. But first of all, I didn't say that.
I'm gonna say that, hold on. Going back to the ice cream real quick, it sounds like there's some real R&D going into this ice cream because he says he's working on an Applejack pistachio flavor. Matt, you love cereal, you love pistachios.
I gotta tell you.
Sounds awful.
Oh, you're bugging. What the fuck do you know? What do you
Applejack
know?
I don't know, man.
Ezra, you've never even heard of pralines and cream.
I don't even know what the hell that is. What the hell's a praline?
You've never had a praline pecan, like a caramelized pecan?
No, I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm gonna see if I spell it right.
Oh, actually, hold on. Spell praline.
Hold
Spell
on.
praline
Yeah.
before you get autocorrect.
Spell
You're too
praline.
late. You're too late, and I spelled it incorrectly.
Hold on. I did put Rosebud. I did put the email address in the banner here. I added it. brunchboxingqa@gmail.com. If you do have any other boxing related questions that you want Matt or Ezra or anyone to answer, email us or hit us up in the DM, and we're more than happy
is
to
Rosebud
respond.
on Twitter?
I will say this, Matt. They sell these at the LA Zoo, and they are amazing. They sell them real warmed up in a like a not an ice cream. I'm talking about just a praline pecan, and they sell them warmed up. And you get them in a plastic bag. Oh my goodness, they're delicious.
Yeah, they're fire. Now imagine that in ice cream.
So imagine that in your ice cream, pralines and cream, and Haagen-Dazs has like a pralines and cream with a bourbon caramel glaze swirl in it.
I would probably argue that it should be pronounced praline, but you know it is what it is.
What?
No Twitter, but they are on Instagram.
Okay. I'm gonna reach out to Rosebud.
Bro, Rosebud, am I incorrect here? Did you message the Instagram DM? Because I think I offered Matt ice cream from you, and he turned it down.
Damn, now I want some ice cream.
Yeah, he did. He offered ice cream to Matt, and Matt was like, oh, "I don't do this and this," and I was like, "All right." People are trying to give you free stuff. You're always asking for, hit the Cash App. People are trying to hit you with ice cream, and you were turning it down.
I'm like one of those homeless guys who you trying to give a sandwich to.
You know what?
Throw the sandwich back at you.
Okay, so one time I was at a place. I got.
He said Matt said stranger danger.
Yeah, he did. One time I was leaving a place. I got fried fish. I got like a fish fries and shrimp and all that. And when I was leaving, the guy, there was a homeless guy, and he said, like, "Hey man, I'm hungry. Can you think I go? Oh man, I only have a card, but I'll get you some food right here." He goes, "I can't eat that crap." He goes, "I can eat a Starbucks." I was like, "Oh man, what do you want me to do at this point?"
This man giving like, come on, man, beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah. He said, "I can't eat that crap." I said, "Man, I just got a bowl of this crap." You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about?
All right, you guys got anything else for the people before we close out the show?
Nah.
All right, Matt.
Oh boy.
My dog's
falling apart now.
I know my dog. I was gonna grab him and put him on camera.
Ezra won't run through a wall, but his dog will.
Yeah, he just ran straight through the door. I don't know how he did that.
All right, Matt, close out the show. Tell the people goodbye.
All right. So first of all, make sure you guys support Brunch Boxing. Go to brunchboxing.com. Sign up for the website. Go find us on all streaming platforms, including Twitter, including Instagram, including Spotify, including Apple Podcasts, and especially YouTube. Hit the follow on YouTube. All right. And as always, you can hit the Cash App. $ is that your face. And if you don't have Cash App and you got Venmo like Rosebuds, is that your face on Venmo? I created a Venmo for the people who are more proper. I'm from the hood. We do Cash App. Actually, I'm from the hood. We do drug money. But anyway, that's besides the point. Ezra, what do you have coming up for the people this week? Because you promised me some content with Oscar Collazo, and you never delivered on no video. What happened?
That's fair. It's been a rough week. I gotta be honest with you. It's been a real rough week, up and down week for me. I wanted to deliver. This is why I always never promise anything. You make me promise stuff. I got to be honest with you. I never want to promise anything, but you make me do it, and then sometimes I fail. I come up short, but I'm just a man. You know what I mean? and I never say that I'm perfect. I chase perfection every day, of course, but I'm not perfect, and I'm going to come up short once in a while. I'm okay with that. I'm kind of
your wife said that you come up short every night.
And like I said, I'm just going to kind of chase being better every week. I'm kind of just that's kind of where I'm at right now. I just want to chase better, being better every week. And you know, as I say this, and I look at myself, I do look like a recovering alcoholic. You guys are right. You guys are correct.
I'm telling you, man, they gave you, you know, a fresh shave and everything like that.
That's hilarious.
You're on step 3 of the recovery.
Make sure you guys tune in. I'll be back tonight with a post-fight after the Oscar Collazo fight, since Ezra will be covering the fight tonight. So make sure you guys look out. I'm sure Ezra has a lot of good things coming for you guys. He won't promise, but hopefully he delivers you guys some good content from the fights tonight. All right. But this has been another edition of Brunch Boxing. He is our host, EzRaw Boxing. He is our producer, Huey P. He is our COO, the Mexican Al Heyman Mike. I am Matt. We are Brunch Boxing, and we are out.